Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome back, everybody. So it's time to update the view on the cryptocurrencies. Recently we've got really solid performance. Actually, we prepared the analysis on Monday, suggesting the pairing of the head and shoulders pattern on hourly chart. If you remember, this was our pattern. And we said approximately 43 area should be reached as the OP target. This is our hourly chart, guys. And just remind you what we have discussed last time. So we said this will be some kind of the ABCD retracement, and then probably market should and could form this action. And now price actually stands in a very tricky moment. I would say that current moment for Bitcoin is very decisive, at least for a short term. Why? It's just because depending on what will happen in this area, it should clarify at least, whether market will go higher or it will be downside breakout of these recent lows. The overall environment right now stands mostly positive for the Bitcoin. Why? It's just because due to the problems in Russia, as you know, so the all markets mostly closed for the rich people from this country, where they could put their investments, right? Mostly in cryptocurrencies, because they can't invest on the European market, they can't invest in the United States market. China is open, but since the most capitals stand in the European part of the Russia, they are more gravitating to the European side, and the China market is not very familiar to investors in Russia. So, and I suggest and suppose that recent spike in the action that we see and saw 2 days ago, it's mostly the inflowing of the maybe oligarchs' money into the cryptocurrencies. This is first reason. Second positive reason that I see is some capitals could be outflow from the Europe as well to the Great Britain, to the United States, which is because it becoming very expensive to run business in Europe because of the really extremely high cost of the hydrocarbons. So energy right now costs very, very expensive. And in general, overall situation is not quiet there, as you understand, and investors searching for safety. Maybe not all assets, but some part definitely should drift to the west. So it will be United States, other countries in Japan maybe, and of course the cryptocurrencies as well. So it might be considered as one of the investment objectives. This is the reasons that we see currently stand behind the process that started recently. But the question is how extended this process will be. It might be very short term, and at this point I'm not really yet sure that we will get the upward breakout on the Bitcoin. Even upward breakout and reaching of the 4750, it also will not guarantee you that Bitcoin is moving higher. It might be just godless cheaper to sell, that we discussed last time. But at least it's something to see, to watch for, and the confidence resistance here is also a very important level, because market has tested, shows the pullback, now it's returning back to it, and it's a question whether this will be able to break it up. At the same time, recent statement of the Jerome Powell is not quite positive for the cryptos. It's just because it calmed down market a bit, brings some confidence, said that the Fed is ready to raise rate aggressively if it will be necessary. So in March we'll get 25 points, but later it could rise in for 0.5% if it will be necessary. So it seems that Fed has no intention to step out from its program, from its plan, and that definitely will be the headwind for Bitcoin. And currently it's very difficult to forecast what the balance in fact will be from the money inflows, how extended it will be, and the policy of the Fed. But we see the first fruits is that market is challenging again the resistance that we have on the weekly chart. On the lower time frame, with this upward pullback, we have reshaped a bit the butterfly that we had previously discussed based on the technical analysis. reaching of the OP target of 26 seems still reasonable. That might happen, and we decide to not cancel it yet and see what will happen with the butterfly. Yes, here we have some bullish signs. It's mostly the thrusting action right here, but as I said, it might be just momentum, some single kind of action. So when big amount of money have been put directly in the cryptocurrencies, and it might be just a single measure, so it doesn't guarantee that it will continue. And as market stands below this top, it keeps butterfly still valid. So I wouldn't take it off the table right now. So it makes sense to what will happen. On the lower time frames, on the 4-hour time frame chart, we have potentially few targets. This is we start to speak about the failure of the daily butterfly, right? So in this case, it might be the ABCD pattern that actually we also see on the weekly chart. Target will be around 47. This will be the OP. And by technical side, it also has not bad chance to happen. So if butterfly fails, this will be the target. Here's we have the acceleration. From technical point of view, well, why not? Market really could hit the XOP target as well. Now, how it would be better to trade all this stuff? So psychologically, currently it's very difficult to consider taking the short position because trend stands in all time frames to the upside. I mean, we're talking about the short-term trading. Stands to the upside, and theoretically, if you would like to place the order based on the butterfly, it is not really very risky. It's just because you will have to place stop just above this area. Otherwise, if market will move higher, taking out of the stop, the butterfly will be erased. So the risk is not very big. But at the same time, chances seems also not very significant. It's mostly because of the very strong upward direction. And it seems a bit, well, not psychologically comfortable in the current circumstances trying to take the short position on the Bitcoin market. But at the same time, theoretically, you could do it. Either waiting for that, basing on the butterfly, or for instance, you could place stop directly above this area. In this case, if butterfly will fail, market completes the XOP with the weekly pattern, and it might be downward action could start right from there. So this is two possible ways how you could act if you would like to take the short position. If you'd like to buy, in the current circumstances, you also could wait and use for a couple of tools. First one is the wait for retracement, for a pullback. Now, as you can see, some kind of the rounding top is forming. Tomorrow we will get non-farm pros release. It will be interesting what the wage inflation we get. But potential market could show some pullback, and from that standpoint, an area around 41 is conference support. Well, it seems possible to consider for taking the long position if you would like to and think that market will go to the XOP around 46.7. Also, with this, our former hand and shoulders pattern, you can see this will be also the neckline. So market theoretically could retest this area as well. At second tool that you could use the stop buy order. For example, just placing stop somewhere very close to this area, slightly above maybe this spike, between this top and this spike. You could place the stop buy order. In the case of the upward breakout, you will step in and keep going to the next target. This is another tool that is possible to use. So in the short term, that's the actually setups that you could consider. In the longer term, it will be really interesting what will happen around this area. The breaking of the 47 and moving higher, it really could change the overall situation in the positive side on the Bitcoin. But currently, I wouldn't say that the bearish situation has been erased totally, because here chances still exist that market could drop more. So that's our view on the cryptocurrency right now.